Hello, hello. So this video is a little bit different, but I keep getting asked about my bullet journal. I know my sister's starting one. And so I thought I'd do a quick live video, even though I have a blog post about it. Sometimes it helps just to see it versus, just writing about it. So I'll post the link to my old blog in the bottom. Hi, Crystal. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll probably answer the questions after the video. If you're catching the replay, comment replay below. Otherwise, thanks for for those who are live. So I have my old one here with me, and it's literally falling apart because this is I use it for everything. You can see the tabs, and I actually got some tabs for Christmas, but I haven't put them in here yet. And I'm dropping a pen. But I literally use this for everything. So if you like to-do lists, if you need a planner but you're disorganized, if you keep notes on everything, bullet journal is what I like. I'm not a very organized person, but this has helped me tremendously in the last year. So I'm going to show you how I'm setting up my one for this year. Basically, there's a few pages. So think about it as a planner combined with a journal, combined with to-do lists. And it kind of just helps you focus your year. You look at your year, you look at your month, and you look at your days. Again, you're probably wondering well, why wouldn't I just use a planner? Let me show you. So you make it your own, for one. I've never found a planner that did this for me, and that's why I like this. Some people have asked me, I feel like this sounds like too much work. Well, it's not, because you're kind of making it your own. And, honestly, it gives me a chance to just have some breathing time, relaxing time, and you'll see why. And if you look at Pinterest, people will show you all sorts of different cool ways of doing this. But me with 2 young kids, I like to keep it as simple as possible. So I'll show you my version of it. You can see a lot more complicated versions on Pinterest. For those hopping on, thank you. I'm going to just keep going. And again, if you have questions, feel free to comment below or message me. Because otherwise I'm going to get off track, because I know the way my brain works. Okay, so first you start with an index. So for me, I just list off what I know I already have in here. So I've got a future log, which you're going to want. And then I have my month of January all set up. And I'll show you that in a second. And then what's cool is I don't know what all these pages are going to be. I'll show you my old one in a sec. But I know I'm going to have a page for blog and all my blog ideas. So I'll show you that. So you fill it in as you go. You fill in the page numbers as you go. So that's the way to kind of keep track of that. So for my old one, literally it's falling apart because I used it for everything. My old one, you could see I have this whole list. And it's gonna not be as disorganized, but I had everything from my VIP group, my blog, gifts for hostesses, for my writing, for my makeup groups, writing ideas, taxes, because I need to keep track of taxes. So anything, I put it here, and then I put the page number here. So again, this was the first year I did it, so it was very disorganized. This year I'm a little bit more organized. So I'll show you the rest of what I have set up here. And since you're doing it as you go, it's not like this big time commitment up front. So I left some pages left for the index here. And then here's the future log. And this is where I can kind of look at my whole year. So I separated it into months. And I have my blog post that I wanted to do this month. And then for things that I know that I have going on, this year is not that busy. So I don't have that much. I have convention in here. I need to add some things. But for things I know I have, I put them in here so that when I get to that month, I know what's ahead of me. That'll make more sense in a second. Next, so January. If you want to keep track of things, this is what I do. So this is my month, and I have all the things that I want to keep track of what I've done or haven't done, so I can kind of see where my priorities are. So for me, and this is where you can make it as personal as you want, and that's one of the reasons I love bullet journals, is I keep track of if I've written, if I've read, meditated, I listened to a TED Talk or any self-development thing, unpacked, because I'm still unpacking 6 months later, made a video, or if I've edited, because I'm working on my novel. So this is how I keep track. Literally on Tuesday, yesterday, I did not do much, but we had friends over and such, and I haven't filled out for today yet. And then down here, and again, you can make this however you want, but this is what I've been doing. So I have my goals, and I always do this first, and then I kind of break it down into tasks, and I still need to write more tasks. So again, if you look at Pinterest, you'll see things that are a little bit more pretty. Oh, like this page, like this. But so I did want to add a little bit of color, because one of the things I like to color and draw, and so it's relaxing to me. And one of the things I'm working on this year is to relax a little bit more. So I decided to add more color than I did last year. So I said, 365 new days, 365 new chances. So this is where you get organized. And this is by my week. So I did the weeks. And again, set it up however you want. Look again at Pinterest for more ideas if you want to see other ways people do this and prettier versions of it too. But I break it down by day. And then, like, since I have my month, I can kind of pick what tasks I want to put, and I kind of plop them in here where I want. If I don't get to something, like yesterday I didn't get to editing my chapter 6, I put a little arrow there to migrate it, to remind myself I haven't done that, and I moved it to this day. But sometimes I'll move it to a later week, etc. And I make little boxes next to each of them so that as I do it, I should fill some of these in. So I even put like my grocery shopping. I need to make my son's appointment for his 2-year appointment because he's getting older. I called my doc this morning. I can fill that in. Live about a bullet journal. I'm doing that now. So after that, I'll fill that in. But again, so you can migrate this. And what I like about this is you learn what your priorities are, right? And then if something, I keep migrating it, I'm going to cross it off because I'm clearly not going to get to it. It's clearly not a priority for me. I'll just cross it off, get it out of my head. So that's something I like about that. So then I already did, like late in December, I kind of made my January, and I put, Buster's birthday's there. And that way I can fill things in as necessary. Like I have a few doctor's appointments I need to make, so I can put that in there after I make those. And so there is a planner aspect to it, but then you get to pages like this, where here I'm keeping track of my blog. And then I'm going to have a page for my unique stuff. And then I do it as I see fit. So I've got all these blank pages that I'm going to fill in based off of what I need. So that's what I really like about bullet journals versus planners, where it's like, okay, here's your squares and etc. And I feel like the calendars aren't big enough for me. And the note section isn't where I want it to be. This way is you fill it in as you go. And that's what I really like about it. So I hope this helps if you decide to do a bullet journal. If you have questions, let me know. And again, I'm going to post my old link to the blog post I did about this so that it kind of spells it out in another way for you. But if this did help, let me know. I'd love to hear that you watched my video and that you got something out of this. And thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys later. Bye.